Hello, welcome in. Just adjusting the sound there. There we go. Welcome, welcome. I hope you all had a really lovely day and are ready for a little bit of relaxation tonight. Before our practice, I wanted to talk a little bit about stress. So we've all heard that yoga can help reduce stress in our lives, and there's a lot of different reasons for that being true. But just to talk about tonight, our stress cycle as people. So, stress, when we think about it, is bad, right? We think tension, frustration, feeling unwell. And in fact, there are good types of stress as well. Stress is a natural response that our body makes to external stimuli. So, an example of good stress would be like exercise or getting a big promotion at work, going into a big event. We get these little jolts of energy. Our heartbeat might speed up, our breath might speed up a bit. So, we have a physiological response to stressors. So, back in the day, we would have a stressor, for example, like a wolf would approach you. Your cortisol level spikes, you have hormones flush through the blood, we feel stress. And then our response to all those physiological changes of heart beating and breath going and the hormones going would be to run, right, from this wolf. So we would get actually a physical release from the stress that gets present in our bodies. But nowadays, we don't encounter a wolf or a lion or something like that. Our stress response is more to work, traffic, things in our everyday lives that don't really have a physical corresponding reaction. So sometimes stress can get kind of built up in our bodies. Even after a stressful situation is over, we might still feel tense, tightness in our neck or our back. And so we need to physically release stress out of our bodies. It helps to bring our nervous system back into a restful state. Whenever we encounter stress, we get a little spike in our sympathetic system, our fight or flight. And we need some movement or breath work or a big cry or whatever to bring us back into the parasympathetic, which is our rest and digest. So this is how our yoga practice can help us a lot. It has so many facets that help us. So the movements, of course, but also with breath work. Also just doing our shavasana, lying still, letting our focus come in and meditating on our breath are all really important factors to helping maintain a stress-free body and mind when we don't need that stress to be pumping through. So with that being said, we're going to practice a little bit of a sandwich of breathing. So we'll begin with some stress relief breath technique, and then we'll do our asana, which is the moving poses, and then take a relaxation breath technique at the end to help calm us and slide us into that nighttime sleepy feel that we want. So what we're going to do is just close the eyes, and we're going to bring one hand onto the chest and the other onto the belly. Notice how you're arriving on the mat tonight. How do you feel physically, mentally, and emotionally? Maybe this day or this past week was quite peaceful. Or maybe there were stressors that popped up for you. Feelings that you need to release, that we don't want to take into the next week. Let your awareness come onto your breath. Just feel the flow of it. And then notice if the breath is moving through your chest and your belly. If not, see if you can slowly deepen the breath all the way to the point where you feel your belly push out with air. And then exhaling, empty the belly. Let the chest empty as well. So a nice long breath, filling up all the way through the chest and the belly. And a long exhale, letting it all go. Keep going with this elongated breath. Now this is our clearing breath, clearing out the tension the body might be carrying. We're going to break up the inhale and exhale. So what I'll do is take a short inhale to fill the chest, a short inhale to fill the belly, then a short exhale, empty the belly. Exhale, empty the chest. So let's give it a try, inhaling just to the chest. Give yourself a little pause. And then inhale again and fill the belly. Exhale just through the belly, let it soften. Exhale again, let the chest sink. Inhale to the chest. Belly. Release the belly. Release the chest. Go ahead, try it on your own, this isolated breath. Filling one area at a time. Emptying one area at a time. Now we're going to try and speed up this breath a little bit to add a little bit of energy for our practice. So we're going to take it to the beat of the music. In, out, out. In, out, out. In, out, out. Keep going with that breath. Good. Take 2 more rounds. Out, out. In, out, out. Big breath in and out all the way through the body. And again. Let it go. Good. Last one. Full breath through the whole body. Good. We're going to keep this long breath going as we reach the arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows, cactus. Inhale, reach again. Link the thumbs together, let the palms spread wide, and take a little bend to one side. Reach the fingertips up over the head long. Good, bring it back over and other side. Lift up, breathing in. Exhaling, cactus, shoulder blades slide together. Inhale, reach up, link the thumbs. Exhale, slide bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, cactus. Good. Let's bring the hands down in front of us and just walk them forward. Give yourself a little fold out. Letting the spine grow long. Letting your breath be long. Good. From here, we'll start to walk the hands back. Sitting tall, and release the legs. Give them a little shake there. Let's make our way over to all fours. So coming into tabletop, spread your palms wide on the mat and press each fingertip into the mat. Now, nice and slow, start to circle your way around. Notice the movement through the body. Notice the reactions in the mind as you move. What do you feel? Is anything tight? Does it feel good? Bring it back the other way. Good. Letting the hips come back to the feet and just settle into a child's pose, reaching the arms long, letting the forehead come down. And let your breath flow here. As you take that lovely deep breath, feel the rib cage expand in your back. Good, last breath. We'll lift slowly back to all fours. And then tuck the toes, lift the hips up to a downward facing dog. Let your gaze come back. You can pedal out the feet here, bending one knee at a time. Perfect. From here, let's bend the right knee, hug it in toward the body. Shift forward like you're going into plank, and let that foot come through, up in between the hands. Back knee is going to come down. I'll flatten that foot, so I'm in a low lunge position. Now I'm going to just let my body weight rest onto the top of my right thigh. Notice the stretch in the front of your left thigh. If you want to add a little more weight, lift your hands off the mat. Notice that little bit of balance that then comes into play. Our yoga practice gives us this unique opportunity to focus solely on our bodies and the sensations going through them. Another great way of releasing stress, just simply coming into the present. Good. If the hands are up, bring them down. Tuck the back toes and lift that knee. Step your way up to the top of the mat and lift up into a chair. So I'm going to tuck the tailbone, bend the knees, reach my arms up. Good. Release into mountain, standing tall, arms to the sides. Then we're going to breathe in, reach again. Exhale into a cactus. Inhale, lift to the ceiling. Hook your thumbs together. Exhale to the side. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, other side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus. Swan dive, so arms are wide. I come into a fold. Breathe a moment there in that fold. Let the head drop. Feel the backs of the legs extend. Good. Then step the right foot to the back of the mat. Let the knee come down. Flattening the foot. Low lunge with a sink. So I'm going to let my body weight come onto that left thigh. Feel the stretch really opening the front of the right. Maybe lift the hands if you want that little extra bit. Good. Bring the hands back down if they're up. Tuck the toes, lift the knee. Now I'm going to hug this left knee into the body. Let the foot lift so I can step back, down dog. Breathe a moment. Now the right leg's going to lift, three-legged dog. Take that heel into the sky. Bend the knee again, hug it in toward your chest. And then come forward like you're going to plank and step that foot between the hands. This time coming into the high lunge version. So I'm going to sink my body weight into that front thigh. Breathe a moment. Maybe take the balance, lifting hands off. Notice that right foot working to keep you stable. Each of your back toes pressing into the mat. Now let's step our way up. You can use your hands or not, and lift back to that chair. Exhale, coming up to mountain. Inhale, lift again. Hooking the thumbs, come to the side. Bring it back the other side. So each time we side bend, maybe we get a tiny bit deeper. Lift to the center and cactus. Swan dive down. Halfway lift, flatten the back. Exhale down. Step the right foot to the back of the mat. High lunge position. Sink the body weight into that left thigh. Maybe balance. Very nice. 2 more breaths. Hands to the mat. Let's step back. Down dog. Hug the knee in and then step. Fabulous. Flow it out, coming forward to plank. Exhaling down into the mat. Flatten the feet. Lift your way up to a cobra. Beautiful. Let's bend the knees, send the hips to the feet. Child's pose. Nice deep breaths. We're going to give the spine a little more love with a child's pose twist. So I'm going to lift up onto the hands, lift my chest away from the legs. Take your left hand, thread it under the right arm, palm face up, and then just keep scooting it out so you can bring that left shoulder and ear toward the mat. If you want to take a little more stretch in that shoulder, you can reach the right arm up and let the back of the hand rest onto your back. Draw the shoulder away from your neck. Good. Bring the hand down. Lift back up just a little bit and slide the right arm under. Let that right shoulder and ear come down. Left hand can come up and rest on the back. Good. Release the hand and bring the other one out. Let's come back to all fours. Little circles around. And back the other way. Good. Come to the center, tuck the toes, lift the hips, down and dog. Looking forward, step or hop to the top of the mat and release down into your forward fold. Two more breaths. Good. Soften through the backs of your knees and let yourself just slowly roll up. Give the shoulders a little roll. Let the arms come down to your sides. Let's take it for a balance. So first we'll just give the arms a little roll out, a little shake, release those shoulders. Good. Now close down the eyes. Here in mountain, press the heels down into the mat. Press the balls of the feet down. And then lift all the toes off the mat. Let's bring them down one at a time, connecting to the ground. Feel your whole foot working to hold you strong here. Now we're going to press the mat away through the bottoms of the feet. Feel your legs start to firm up. Let that keep coming up, extending through the spine up to the top of the head. Good. Now keep all that strength in the feet. Let's bend the knees, come into chair. Now notice, did the weight shift out of the toes or out of the heels? Shift your way back in. Find that strong connection to the ground again. Coming into eagle. So I'm just going to pull my hands to my heart. Let the right knee come up and cross over the left. Notice again the bottom of your foot. Feel it working to keep you stable. Feel the leg working, finding the balance every moment we're here. Good. Now uncross, step that foot down, stay in that chair, press the toes back into the mat, and just switch to the other side. Find your balance there. Give that attention to the working leg, to keeping each toe grounding. Beautiful focused balance there. Go ahead, uncross back into the chair. Lift your way up. Hook the thumbs one last time. Big side bend. See if you can give it the biggest bend you have. Beautiful, back into the center. Other side. I can see how much more space you have in the sides. Lift back to the center. Into your cactus. Now we're going to do a little back bend. With those cactus arms, feel the shoulder blades sliding together. And then swan dive down, arms wide. I come down. Halfway lift. Exhale down and step to the back of your mat. Down dog. Moving forward into plank. Breathe in. Exhale to the mat. Breathe out. Flatten the feet. Lift the chest. Cobra. Breathe in. Exhale, hips to the feet. Child's pose. 5 breaths, just resting there. And we'll just slowly lift our way back up. And let's come over to seated. I'm going to step my feet up in front of me and open them about hip width apart. The hands can come back behind you and just give the knees a little rock side to side. Good. Pause in the center. Let the bottoms of the feet come down. Stay leaning back. I'm going to cross the left ankle over that right thigh and let the knee just open up to the side. So this might feel like enough of a stretch in that left hip. If you feel you want to take it deeper, start walking the hands forward to bring the chest and the belly toward your thighs. The closer you come, the deeper that stretch is going to get in the hip. Now let's see if we can find a little balance. To lift the left hand off the mat. Reach your right hand back behind and twist out to the right. Now, if you have a good twist, nice and deep, you can take the arm outside the sole of your foot. If the twist doesn't feel comfortable there, just take a hold of your leg and twist to the right as much as feels good. Relax the shoulders. Good. Release back to the center. And we're going to slide the bottom leg out, coming into this figure 4. Then take the hands just to the shin. Flex that right foot. Feeling out this stretch in the back of the leg. If it feels good to come further, walk the hands down the leg as far as you like. Maybe taking it to the foot and giving yourself a couple breaths here. Good. Lift your way back up. And just release that top leg. Give yourself a little shake out. Let's take it to the other side. So hands come back in behind. I bend my knees up. So I lean back just to give myself plenty of space to kind of maneuver the legs. I'm going to cross right leg over left. Let that knee open to the side as much as it can. So checking in with the body, what's our starting point, and where do you want to go? If you want to take it deeper, walk the hands forward, draw the chest and the belly toward your legs. Take a moment with that stretch. Very nice. We're going to take the left hand behind our hip. Right arm is going to reach up and over. Find a spot for that arm to connect to your leg or maybe the bottom of your foot. And then twist it out to the left. Lovely. Release that twist. Take the bottom leg out long. So we're in a long figure four. And I'm just going to reach forward just about halfway. So just to the shin or so. Keep that lean there. Let the back of your left leg relax. And then if it feels good to come further, walk the hands down a bit more. Giving the mind a chance just to observe, to examine what's going on in the body. Helps to take a bit of stress and pressure off of us. And we can examine an experience without a knee-jerk reaction taking over the entire experience. Maybe initially your hip felt quite tight and you wanted to get out. But giving it a few breaths to settle, we can see that we benefit the body by just being patient and letting it stretch slow. Good, let's release the leg. Bring the other one out. Give it a shake. And let's take it down to our backs. I'm just going to hug my knees into my chest. Give myself a little rock side to side. Let the right foot come down. Let the left leg extend. And we'll take a hold behind the thigh. Just give the ankle a little roll here. And then flex the foot. Sole of the foot points to the ceiling. And I'm going to press that heel up, letting the leg grow as long as I can. Once there, I'm going to do like a little sit-up and start to move my hands up the leg and maybe draw it in toward my body a little bit more. Now the right leg might want to kind of fall out to the side. Keep the bottom of that right foot down and the knee pointing up. Very good. Release everything down. Let that left knee bend. Let's reach the right leg up. Take a hold behind the thigh and just circle the ankle. Notice the sensations moving down the leg. And then flex the foot. Notice how the sensation changes. Press that heel to the ceiling. And then give yourself the little curl up. And start to walk the hands up the leg if that feels all right. Drawing it in toward you a little bit more. Drawing the bottom of the left foot flat to the mat. Very good. Let's uncurl, let the leg come down. And we'll just let both knees drop over to the left. Bring your right shoulder blade down to the mat. And your hand can open out next to you. Let the breath be long. And tap back into the sensations, now going up the spine. Good, let's bring it back to the center. And then just let the knees come to the right. Let the left arm open up beside you. And draw that left shoulder blade flat down to the mat. Slowly moving back to the center. And we'll let the legs slide out long. Let your eyes close. Let the body be heavy. Feel yourself sinking into the mat. Feel each part of your body heavy, connected. Melting into the mat. Let your awareness come onto your breath once more. Without trying to control it or change it. Just feel its natural rhythm as it flows in and out. Shavasana is an essential part of our practice because it helps to move us from the sympathetic system where we're working and moving into the parasympathetic part of our nervous system, the place where we can find rest, peace, and stillness. For our closing breath, we're simply going to meditate on our natural flow of breath. So again, try not to change or control any part of it, but see if you can really observe the feeling of your breath going in and out, the temperature of the air as it moves into your nose, the feel of it moving down the back of your throat, filling your body and moving its way back out. Give yourself the goal just to follow 10 breaths in and out. The mind feels challenged and it wants to wander to other thoughts. It's okay to tell yourself, I breathe in, I breathe out. I breathe in, I breathe out. Give yourself 10 more breaths of observation. And then letting your focus come back into the room, back into your body. Giving yourself a little gratitude here before you start to move. For this practice of meditation, of breath, movement, and self-care you gave yourself tonight. And with that, let the hands and feet slowly start to move. Let the arms and legs start to stretch. And the head rocks side to side. Waking the body gently. And when it feels good, making your way back to seated. We'll let the hands come to the heart, feeling gratitude inward for ourselves and sending it outward to each other. Thank you so much for being here and sharing your time tonight. And I wish you all a very peaceful week ahead. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great night. We'll see you back on Wednesday.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
Elizabeth. Bye.
Thanks so much, Claire. Thanks, Declan. Bye, Katya. Thank you.